Hey, I'm Ed. Tonight we're going to make a quick basil pesto with walnuts. Making a basil pesto is super easy. You just have to, pre-measure the ingredients. 2 cups of basil leaves, half a cup of Parmesan, half a cup of nuts. You could do half pine nuts, half walnuts. I'm going to do all walnuts this time. Walnuts are much cheaper than pine nuts. They're about a quarter the cost. So that helps out. A couple cloves of garlic, a little salt, and a half a cup. So it's half a cup of olive oil and the nuts and the Parmesan. So we just chuck everything in our food processor. Put our couple of cups of basil in here. Watch your fingers, obviously. I'm going to put in the nuts first and the oil. Just put the whole thing in, half a cup of oil. I'm going to put about half the salt. That's about a teaspoon of salt. Put half of it in first. And then just grind it up. Now we're starting to get a nice consistency there. And then we can add in the Parmesan. If you want to freeze this, you should freeze it now before you add in the cheese. Add in our 2 cloves of garlic. And now we should taste it for the salt. That's good. I'm going to add the rest of the salt in it. I think it needs the rest of it. And then just grind it to the consistency you want. If you want it a little bit more crunchy, grind it less. If you want it more smooth, grind it more. Scrape down the sides maybe once or twice. If you're using it with pine nuts, I like to toast the pine nuts in a frying pan for a second before you put them in. That's it. Now, just serve them up, put them on your pasta, or I like to actually spread them on a little piece of toast and just eat it as an appetizer. It's delicious. To serve up our basil pesto with walnuts, you can obviously throw it onto a bunch of pasta, warm pasta in a bowl, and mix it up. But I like to actually it's so delicious, I like to serve it up just on a piece of toasted bread, which I cut up and serve to my guests as like an appetizer or even a little side dish if you're having just a family dinner. So there we go. Basil pesto with walnuts. Enjoy.